Hello, my dear Sagittarians. So, the image that I'm getting to start with is you putting the lid on a container. That would be like a dessert, not a dessert, a lunchbox container or a Tupperware or something like that, that you might be putting in a fridge, something you'd be storing. And what I'm getting is it's like trying to make the lid fit. So what does that mean? The first card that came out for you was pleasure. And that for me, the nature of that card is really saying, do we really only think that what we're doing is valuable if it's if it's not pleasurable, if it's work? And that when we realize when we do things with a pleasurable attitude, then we are far more inclined to get a lot of work done, a lot of things accomplished, not necessarily work, but things accomplished. So the next card that came up was prayerfully. And prayerfully was, it's really about an attitude that we're all here together. It can be invoking help. It can be, invoking help from higher beings, God, your guides, your angels. Excuse me, but it can just be having the attitude, basically, that everything's okay. Then the last card that came up was breathe. Take time to breathe regularly. And as you're breathing, notice what you're feeling in your body. Notice what emotions are coming up. And as you breathe deeply, 3 nice breaths, how does it change? So this for me is saying, okay, if I'm going to take the image at the beginning of you with, it's like the Tupperware containers, the old Tupperware containers where you'd put the food in, you'd put the lid on, and then you'd have to just lift the end of the lid, and they call it burping it, to get the air out so that the food would stay fresher. And that's what I'm feeling with this, is that, okay, getting the air out to me would be getting whatever pressure there is around a situation. Get the pressure out, but now just put it away in the cold for a little while. Focus a little bit more on the idea that things don't have to be so difficult around this particular situation right now. Engage in prayer in whatever that means. So especially if it's around a particular situation, really remember, and this is something that's important, and it's something they are reminding me of now. Whenever there is a difficult situation, the tendency is to think we have to pray for God to fix it. The more powerful prayer is to remember that God is already present in every aspect of everything that's going on. Whether it's people you know that are involved, whether it's people that you're looking for to help you with the situation, God is always present in everything. That it's your job, when you start feeling the resistance, the frustration, the conflict, the difficulty of it all, is to remember to rest in the idea that God is there and that all you have to do is to tune into that. And that includes other people who may not be that interested in the idea of God. It doesn't matter whether they do or don't. And you're not going to teach them that. But by you remembering that, you become a tuning fork for that energy in them, whether it's part of their consciousness or not. All right. Now, struggle. Again, struggle goes very much in alignment with the pleasure card, because the idea of struggle is when you can just walk away from something for a little while, sometimes even just in your own mind, the solution to whatever's going on presents itself. So specifically, Sag, if this is around a situation, and again, it goes perfectly with that idea of the putting something in the fridge, burping it to get the charge out, the pressure out, and then moving it aside. And now beautifully, you get the humility card along with that, which says, just because you think you know everything about everything that's going on, just for a minute, step back and go, you know what? Maybe there are things going on here that I don't know. Maybe somebody or something knows better than I do. So I can just step back for a little bit. I can breathe and just stay in touch with myself. And I can remember that the more pleasure I can experience in a heartfelt, healthy way, it's going to help me stay out of the struggle, the grief, the sadness, all of that stuff. You're also being reminded, Sagittarius, that when you get up in the morning and set the intention to have your day, the kind of day that you want to have, a miraculous day, an insightful day, a day that's guided by, really clear intuition, peace of mind, whatever it is that you want, look yourself in the mirror, greet yourself and say, okay, this is what I'd like today. And know that you're talking not only to your conscious mind, you're talking to your entire nervous system, you're talking to your higher conscious mind. And if you feel inclined to include your guides in that conversation, that's always a great way to start the day too. So Sag, that's what I'm suggesting. This is your reading for the week of May 12th, or whenever you hear it and it resonates. And take it easy, Sag. Take it easy, okay?